Yo, welcome back to Inside the Lunchbox. This is your boy, Chef Mac, with the one and only
Leviticus Maximus here on the live stream, screwing up already.
It's all good, man. We got to learn from somewhere. How's everybody doing out there in the Facebook world and the podcast world? I hope everybody's doing well. Hope your week went really, really well. How was your week, Levi?
It was long, it was exhausting, but I did have a really good Thursday night dinner, like I was telling you about last week.
Okay. It was the hookah lounge, right?
Yeah, the hookah. I had the blueberry mint hookah. We smoked.
There he goes with his mint.
Listen. If it's on the menu, I got to try it. And actually, she asked me what hookah I would like, and I said I haven't had hookah in like 10 years. Yeah. Just pick anything, and that's what she picked.
Oh,
so,
nice.
Yes.
So, did you ask for a number?
Oh.
I mean, evidently she knows. Hey, mint's the thing, man. But anyway, I'm not gonna mess with you anymore. But hey, man, I'm glad you had a good time at the hookah lounge. So today, everybody knows that Halloween is gone. The season is here. Thanksgiving is here. Getting ready to start cooking that turkey.
Ooh, Halloween is gone.
No.
Oh no.
But yeah, so we're definitely gonna talk about a good way to cook some turkey. Gobble, gobble, gobble. And just talk about Thanksgiving and family a little bit.
Yeah.
We have about, 2.5 weeks maybe before Thanksgiving?
I think Thanksgiving is on the fourth Thursday, so we're right at 2.5 weeks.
2.5 weeks. Look, I ain't gonna lie, I'm a big boy. Thanksgiving is the one time a year that I don't feel bad when I eat a lot.
Pulling up my phone for the calendar. Let me double check. Yes, we have 2.5 weeks.
2.5 weeks. 2.5 weeks of Thanksgiving. So, hey, I advise you guys to start shopping now.
Yeah.
As far as getting your ingredients and getting if they have turkeys out, go ahead and get your turkey. Because if you wait to the last minute, the pickings are going to be really, really slim as far as your seasonings and your herbs and stuff. I know every year I have a hard time finding nutmeg. That is one of the ones that really, I always wait till the last minute to get it. But guess what? I have 2 things of nutmeg in my house right now. So I'm good. Sage, definitely. Sage is another one. If you see it, go ahead and grab it now, because if you wait to the last 4 or 5 days, you won't be able to get it.
You don't want to be that guy named Levi who on Thanksgiving Day is trying to grab a smoked ham because that's what he promised to bring to the dinner. And it's just like desperately trying to find a store that's open, find a store that still has smoked ham to grab one and bring it to the dinner. You don't want to be that guy.
The funny thing, I actually done that. They was like, yeah, you're supposed to bring smoked ham. And I was like, wait, what? We talked about that? And it's like, yeah, you even signed up for it. And I looked at it, I was like, okay, yeah, I got the smoked ham. Dude, it took me about almost a whole day. I went to like 6 different places trying to find a smoked ham. Mm-hmm. And I found one. It wasn't the biggest one. It was really, really small. I mean, I could have ate that myself, but it was a smoked ham.
Yeah.
But yeah, so definitely, what is your, when you have your Thanksgiving, what is your, what do you like to most about your Thanksgiving meal? Like, what is the most important, I guess, dish in your Thanksgiving?
For me, it's the gravy.
It's the gravy?
How good the gravy is depends on how good the dinner is. Like gravy can solve all your problems. So I'm not a big stuffing guy. I do love a good turkey, and I do love smoked ham, and I do love cranberry sauce and all that other good stuff. But if the gravy's good, the dinner's good. It's easy.
So I do like gravy, but that's not the starter show for me. Even though I do love gravy, don't get me wrong, I love me some really good gravy. But I think for me, it's the macaroni and cheese.
Oh,
the baked macaroni and cheese.
Okay, so yeah, so 2 different backgrounds. Obviously, I'm not Black, so we rarely would ever have mac and cheese at Thanksgiving. But now that I'm thinking about it,
green bean casserole.
Oh yeah, so we would have green bean casserole. My sister can make a really mean green bean casserole.
Yeah,
with no raisins in it because we're not that white. I had to slip that joke in there somewhere. But yeah, no, thinking about it, I'm like, yeah, why didn't we have mac and cheese at Thanksgiving? Yes.
Yeah. So
soul food is different.
So yeah. So and being in the Black community, we do a lot of baked macaroni and cheese.
Yeah.
We do collard greens. We do candied yams. Sometimes regular yams. Of course, the turkey, the stuffing. So the big debate is, what's the difference between stuffing and dressing?
I don't know that I know enough about it to even have that debate. When I make a turkey, that's not included. I don't make that.
Okay, so it's a big debate out there in the world. What is the difference between stuffing and
Dressing
dressing?
goes on a salad. Stuffing goes inside the turkey.
So
I'm
yeah,
guessing.
so that's what I tell people. I'm like, it's just like it says. Stuffing is inside the turkey, and dressing is you make it and you set it to the side. The dressing,
Well, you surround the turkey with it.
yeah,
Right?
you surround it, right? But either way, if you take that same dressing that's like on a side dish and you stuff it in the turkey, it is stuffing
Because it was
stuffed inside the turkey,
as one would say.
So it's it's the same thing. It's just whether you're going to stuff it or
Right.
not.
If it's stuffed, it's stuffing. I mean, that makes sense to me, but some people, they got to have their debates.
That's how I see it,
Yeah.
But so yeah, so
Leave
it's,
your angry comments below. Tell us how wrong we are.
yeah, definitely. Hey, if you're on Facebook right now, you're checking this out. Tell us what's the difference, or in your opinion, what is the difference between stuffing and dressing?
Yeah.
Is there a difference, or do you use cornbread or do you use bread for your stuffing?
Oh man, I've always seen like croutons were ones that were used.
I have seen croutons.
Yeah,
used.
that's why I'm not a big fan of it. Like that was my grandma's recipe,
Yeah.
and so I just hated it.
You hate your grandma's recipe?
Don't show my grandma this. But that particular dressing or stuffing was, I didn't like it as a kid. So as an adult, I never really cared.
Yeah.
But I would definitely use cornbread. now that you mention it.
Like I said, in my household, we use Jiffy cornbread, which is a sweet cornbread. But I mean, it just goes so well with the turkey, man. And then with your collard greens, like, so we have the yams, the collard greens, the turkey. We really don't do too much pork in my family. I mean, we do eat a little bit of pork, but ham is not part of our Thanksgiving dinner.
So is cornbread with sugar in it, is that cornbread or is that a muffin? Those are the debates. When you
Wait, hold
mention
on.
Jiffy, I'm
So,
thinking muffins.
I'm gonna settle this right now. Cornbread is
we're
just
gonna
like
settle it.
just like it says. Cornbread is made with
Right.
cornmeal.
Right.
Muffins is made with flour,
Right.
so it's not. That's the difference.
Yeah, but bread is also made with flour, but bread isn't a muffin. What makes a bread and a muffin a muffin?
Sir, look, cornbread is cornbread. Cornmeal.
All right, I'm not going to judge. If you want to call your sugar sweet treat cornbread, go for it.
Hey, look. So just I don't know. You probably didn't know this. So what we do?
We've had this debate before. I think like the very first podcast I was on, I was like, I'm from New Mexico. Like I was adamant, like no, cornbread is not sweetened.
It's not, and I like it both.
Okay, yeah.
I like it both ways. So another way, for our Thanksgiving, we take our cornbread, right?
Yeah.
And we put it inside the greens, and we actually mix it in with the greens with our hands. And the older generation, they'll eat the cornbread and greens with their hands. But I think that's normally it. We'll have like a salad. I think one year my mom, she did, instead of turkey, she did Cornish hens, and that was really, really good. But there's one dish that drives me crazy, and my mom doesn't make it, and I only could get it from one place, and I think they shut down, was my squash casserole from, what's the name? Boston Market has the best squash casserole I've ever had in my life. I would literally every year, and they're not even on Loetta no more. I would drive down there and get a large squash casserole I don't even like squash like that, but that was good.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
but yeah. So anything to add? What was your Thanksgiving meal incorporate with?
So, growing up as a kid, it was just like your traditional like turkey and pies and green bean casseroles, things along that line. As we grew older, my mom has this absolutely incredible green chili chicken enchilada recipe, and it comes out looking like
that sounds good.
they're not rolled enchiladas; they're square packed.
Yeah.
So it comes out looking like a lasagna, but it's green.
Oh, okay.
It's either turkey or chicken. Enchiladas with like cheese and green chili, New Mexico green chilies and stuff, like Hatch green chilies. And so that dish is so freaking good that we started getting away from like traditional Thanksgiving meals, and we're just like, look, Mom, just make the green chili.
Yeah, just make it.
Just
Yeah.
make the green chili casserole. Like
Yeah.
it's so good. And that became like a staple for a while. And then even like later in later years, we would start doing steaks. My dad can make a really mean medium rare, of course, as all steaks should be, steaks. And so we would start to the point where like we would have a steak dinner for Thanksgiving, just different things. We weren't like we swapped around the traditional dishes quite a bit.
Yeah, that's something that I've been wanting to try. I'll probably do it this year. I had a friend. I think they barbecued for Thanksgiving a couple years back. They did deep fry a turkey, or they smoked the turkey. I think they smoked the turkey, but they did a whole barbecue feast. I'm talking about they had the whole spread. They had the ribs, the brisket, the chicken, the turkey, and I think that's what Thanksgiving is about, man.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, we have our traditions, and people are so stuck on traditions. Like, it's not about that. At the end of the day, it's about bringing your family together, right?
Yeah, it's about bringing family together, friends together. Reflecting on the last year.
Yeah.
Glad that we're all still here. We're all still together, and having a good meal.
Exactly. So I definitely say that, step outside the box, man, and do something different for your traditional Thanksgiving.
Yeah, and have a pumpkin pie, of
Have
course.
I'm a pecan pie person. Give me a pecan pie.
We're not having this fight right now.
Look, I don't do pumpkin pie, but here's the thing. Look, so in my family, in the black community, sweet potato pie is the thing, right?
Right.
Nah, I'm good on sweet potato pie. Give me a pecan pie or a key lime pie or a cheesecake, and I'm good to go.
Oh, okay. So my sister makes a really mean cheesecake. So you'd be happy with hers.
Well, hey.
Really, really mean cheesecake.
Yeah, so I don't do sweet potato or pumpkin pie.
And I keep saying my sister. I have like 4 sisters. I come from a big family. So one of my sisters makes a really good cheesecake.
Oh, okay. So when I have like my kids' grandmother, she's in Louisiana. She actually made the first sweet potato pie that I have ever like actually had more than one slice. And I don't know what she did with it. I don't know how she cooked it. She would never tell me the recipe, but it was the best sweet potato pie. And to this day, I probably will only eat her sweet potato pie.
Now, I've heard of sweet potato pies, but those aren't super like usually we have like a sweet potato casserole or something like that, but those aren't super, I guess, popular in white communities because I've never had a sweet potato pie.
It's a pumpkin pie.
Yeah, because pumpkin pies are good.
Pumpkin pies. No, you know what? I would do an apple pie.
Yeah, apple pie, cherry pie, pumpkin pie.
Dude.
I'll take a slice of a pecan pie. I
you
will.
go.
But pumpkin pies, they're good.
Yes.
Put some sour cream. I mean, sweet, not
Did-
sour, whipped cream. Put
I
some
was about
whipped
to say,
cream on top. No, sorry, yeah.
So for me, apple pie, I like to take for me to eat apple pie, I want it like right out of the oven,
Yeah.
and I want it on my plate, and I want to take the hardest frozen vanilla ice cream and sit it right on top, and just let that just drip all the way down into the
cobbler.
the cobbler, and,
basically.
and just let it and just sit there and just be a bigger fat kid than I already am.
Yeah.
So
I mean, you have to keep the pounds on in the winter to stay warm.
it's
so.
true. It's true. So that's the Thanksgiving is definitely the one time a year where I just be like, forget it.
You're gaining 3 pounds that week. It's just a fact. Just deal with it.
Yeah, and guess, man, I've been so right now, effective January 1 of this year. I actually started planning to lose weight.
Okay.
Right. So I'm working on my 2026 body, but I'm starting January 1. So I got about two more years to work on it.
There you go. Yeah, we all have to have goals.
It's a slow process, but I'm working on it.
Yeah.
My 2026 body, I'm gonna be ripped.
You gonna be ripped?
Yep.
Okay. I mean, I need a gym. I need a gym membership, but I work so often. No, my boss commented on my weight last week. She commented about the fact she's like, "Hey, you look like you've lost like 10 pounds since I last saw you." Because last time her and I worked together was like back in April.
Yeah.
And I was like, I might have lost 10 pounds. I don't know, but I appreciate
Out there in
it.
that heat, man. This year it was crazy,
It was brutal.
crazy. So yeah, so look, I got a recipe for you guys. I probably shouldn't tell you guys this, but I'm gonna let you guys know anyway. And it's actually a cranberry sauce, homemade cranberry sauce. So go to your local store. It doesn't matter, as long as they're whole, fresh cranberries. I think they come in like a 2.5 pound bag or whatever. And get you some cinnamon sticks and some orange marmalade.
Ooh.
Of course, some sugar, and I put a little bit of vanilla and maybe some nutmeg in there. And what you do, you come back, picture your stove on like a low heat. Throw your water, throw about a half a cup of water in there, a cup of water in there. Throw your your cranberries in there, and you let it break down. So it's a process. So let it break down, let it heat up, and it's gonna start blistering up. And then you put your sugar in there and you stir it, and you just let that just simmer. And what it's gonna do is gonna take the gelatin out of the cranberry, and it's gonna cause it to thicken up as a jelly or a jam, right? And once it gets to that point, you take your cinnamon stick and you throw your cinnamon stick in there, and you let your cinnamon stick, or I like cinnamon sticks because the taste is fresher, but you could use just regular ground cinnamon, put it in there if you want. But I throw about 2 cinnamon sticks in there, and I let that simmer for about maybe 20 minutes. Just let it sit up, just let it slow cook. And once it becomes like a jam and it simmers down, you cool it down, then you put it in your refrigerator and you let it, 24 hours, bring it back up. Bring it back out and it's ready to serve.
Sounds good.
And my mom loves it. Like, she doesn't eat any more of that canned crap that we've been eating, that I grew up on all these years. So I'm actually looking forward to this Thanksgiving this year with my mom.
Heck yeah. Yeah. And save me some of that cranberry sauce.
I got you, man. I got
give
you.
Me like a small bowl.
Matter of fact, I'll probably make some here real soon. Since we're starting to get everything up and running with the live and everything like that. So I might actually do a little segment on it and show you guys just a little holiday treat to have. And it's really, really delicious. And the good thing about it, you can control how sweet you want it, how tart you want it.
Right.
And you could do more to it. Like, you could put a little vanilla in there, you could put a little bit of nutmeg in there. Like, you could do so much with it, whatever your soul desires, with the cranberry sauce.
Yeah.
So
I'll take that cranberry sauce and I'll put it like right next to my pumpkin pie. And I'll eat both.
But yeah, so there you go. I'll post the recipe. So I really don't have like an actual recipe, like 1 cup this, 2 cups that, 2 tablespoons this. Every time I cook, I always cook to taste. So what that means is that I incorporate different things and I taste it, or I taste my seasonings before I put it in. And then I see what they taste like together, and then I put those seasonings in.
He licks the cinnamon stick before he puts it in the bowl.
The whole cinnamon stick, guys, not just half of it, the whole cinnamon stick. Oh my God, that's hilarious.
Sorry. I saw my opportunity and I took it. Sorry.
So yeah, man. So definitely for all you guys out there that's on Facebook, tell us what your favorite dish is. Thanksgiving. Like, what do you look forward to? Like I said, mine is the mac and cheese. My sister makes amazing mac and cheese.
So did your family ever watch like the Thanksgiving games at all?
Yes, we do watch the football games. Yes. But here's the thing. I'm a big Texans fan.
Yeah.
But it's just something about the Cowboys and the Washington Redskins playing on Thanksgiving.
Yeah.
I don't know if that's kind of like controversial or whatever. I'm sorry. They're not the Washington Redskins anymore. I'm so sorry. They are called the Washington Commanders.
The Commanders.
But every year, the Commanders and the Cowboys, when I was growing up, they would have the 5-legged turkey.
Yeah. Or the six, it was six-legged turkey. Yeah.
The 6-legged turkey.
I remember that. Yeah.
And for the longest time, when I seen it, I was like, does that turkey really have 6 legs?
I remember asking my dad, I must have been like 8 or 9 years old. I remember, like, how do they find this 6-legged turkey to do
where
this
do they
with?
do that? Like, they eat
And then my
that?
dad was like, listen, they just take legs off of other turkeys and they put it all together. And I'm like, okay, so who's having a turkey on Thanksgiving without legs?
Without legs.
Like, where are the turkeys they're getting these legs from? It really, because the drumstick is my favorite part of a turkey.
Right,
so I just couldn't imagine, like, he's like, you're overthinking this.
Yeah, I'm returning my turkey. It's missing 2 legs and a thigh.
Yeah. And even if they said afterwards, like, no, it was donated to the Cowboys. I'm like, I don't care. I want those turkey drumsticks.
Right. So yeah, when I was growing up, I always wondered, like, for a while, I think I did ask my dad, was like, is that like genetically modified turkey or?
Oh, yeah.
Like, where did they get it to see? They're like, no, they put legs on it. I was like, oh, okay. What the way we thought, or the way that we used to think as a kid, it's crazy.
Yeah, I mean,
it's crazy. But I used to enjoy sitting down with my dad,
yeah,
watching the at the time the Washington Redskins, now the Commanders, play football on Thanksgiving.
yeah. It was always the Cowboys and the Detroit Lions. If I remember, there was always 2 games back in the day.
Yeah, 2 games.
Now they've added a third one for like the AFC or whatever.
Yeah. So I that's definitely a tradition for us. And you know, one thing I miss, and they brought it back one year, and it's kind of off topic, but remember, are you ready for some football? The Monday Night Football.
Monday Night Football used to have like a whole theme, and I think for a while there, for like every year, they would have like a new person come out and sing a new song or something. Or am I imagining that?
No, I think you're imagining that one.
Okay.
But it was one guy. Monday Night Football came on. Are you ready for some football?
Okay.
I can't think of the guy's name. Monday Night Party.
Yeah,
it was like, but they don't do it no more. I think they lost their contract, or they decided to do away with the contract, and they don't. So that's why Monday Night Football is not the same anymore.
Yeah,
I don't even watch it anymore because that was like the highlight of my life. But anyway, yeah, back to Thanksgiving. Let's thought I'd throw that out there.
I mean, football's a big part of Thanksgiving. It is for a lot of families' traditions. It's a big part. You have a good meal. You watch a 3-hour game, and then you go back to it for seconds.
Yeah, eat seconds. By the time the game comes on, I'm already on my thirds.
Yeah, well,
fours. I'll be so full and frustrated on Thanksgiving. It's crazy, man. Like I'll be like really frustrated that I'm so full.
Or you go out in the backyard and you play some backyard football. We used to
okay.
the church I was a part of as a kid. One family would like host the Thanksgiving Day party or whatever there, and we would all get there. We would have a big meal, massive spread of food, anything you wanted, and then like 12, 11 kids, we'd all go out in the backyard and play backyard football. You know,
Okay.
while the adults watched the Cowboys lose.
I'm probably the number one Cowboy hater fan.
Listen,
Me and Levi both. I think I'm number one. He's number 2.
I'm all about the ABCs. Anyone but the Cowboys.
So, all right, so let's talk about this turkey. How do you guys cook your turkey? Well, I'm going to give you guys some suggestions. If you have a problem with the turkey drying out, because everybody knows turkey dries out fast.
Right.
And it's just one of those things where you almost can't help it, right?
Right.
Because once you cook it and it comes out, and you let it rest and you cut into it. As soon as you cut into it, that first couple of bites may be nice and moist and juicy, but then when you go back, it's going to be dry.
Right.
So how can you avoid that? I think I have a solution. What I think that you should do is brine your turkey. Brine your turkey for about 2 days.
Wow.
Once it thaws out, right?
Right.
Get a nice, clean, sanitized bucket or whatever. Put all your herbs in there, whatever you want that turkey to taste like, and you brine it for about 2 days. So meat is just like a sponge. It's only going to take but so much, right?
Right.
So once you brine it, you take it out, you let it rest. And here's the other thing. It may sound crazy, but it works.
For those of us who are like amateurs about cooking, can you give a brief description about what it means to brine a turkey?
So brining is what it is. You take a liquid and you put your meat inside, or any type of meat that you want.
Right.
It's like a marinade.
Right.
And you drop your meat inside of this liquid. And you let the meat absorb the liquid.
Okay.
So what you do, you add your flavors that you want to incorporate it. You add it into the brine. See, I use chicken stock.
Okay.
So I won't use water. I will use chicken stock, and I will put like carrots, celery, thyme, all that stuff. Whatever I want in there, I will put in there, and I will let it sit. And what that does, the meat absorbs all that flavor,
Right.
right, and it also the meat absorbs the water. So with that being said, when you start cooking your turkey, it has the excess liquids to that's going to come out of it. By the time it gets done, it's still going to have some of that. It's still going to have a large portion of that liquid in there.
There you go.
So that's what brine. Brine is like a marinade. You mostly do it with your meats, but you do it with a liquid,
Right.
and you incorporate your ingredients in the liquid. So so go back to another step after you brine your turkey. The next thing you do is take you some butter and make a compound butter. A compound butter is you take the butter of your choice. Not I'm talking about real butter, people, not that Parquet or the Country Crock or any of that stuff. Even though that's tradition to use that stuff, but that's not butter. If you put that stuff inside, if you bake with it, it's not going to do anything for your baking goods. It's going to be a total mess. You got to use real butter. Real butter. Make a compound butter. You can use any type of herbs that you want. Mix it up, whip it up or whatever. Put it in the freezer or in the refrigerator till it gets hard. And this is what I do. I rub my turkey with my compound butter. You got to rub that turkey
Right.
really, like get in the joints. Rub that turkey really well. Make sure you get the breasts. Make sure you get the thighs, the legs and the wings. Make sure you get all the turkey. Just slap it, flip it, and rub it down.
Yeah. Slap it, strip it, rub it down, get in those thighs, get on them breasts.
Yeah, so you take that butter and you just start rubbing it in, right? And then what you do when you're ready to cook it, you put it in the oven.
Yeah.
And the rest of the you put it in the oven and let it cook for about. Oh no, I'm sorry. I'll take that back. You put it back in the refrigerator because you're melting the butter at the time, and you base your turkey with the butter. Put it in the refrigerator. It's going to make a coat. Once that hardens up, you pull your turkey back out and you do another coat of your compound butter.
Yeah.
Put it back in the refrigerator. Yes, folks, there's a lot of butter. I'm a French chef. We use a lot of butter. You do that 3 times, and when you pull your turkey out, it's gonna look like a layer of butter, just like a ball of turkey butter,
Like a butter ball.
like a butter ball turkey. Look, yeah. Look, I'm serious, folks. Try this. Like, baste your turkey with butter before you put it in the oven.
Yeah.
You melt your butter, baste it, put it in there. Do that about 4 or 5 times. Once you pull it out the oven, you're gonna see that you have a nice, good cake crust of butter on your turkey. And then you go ahead
And that should help keep the fluids inside, right?
It does. It does. So then you go ahead and you put your turkey in the oven, and for the first hour you let it cook, right? And I think it's what I forgot the time limit for turkeys.
I think turkeys are like 4 hours, aren't they?
Yeah, it's like 4 hours, but I forgot the pounds per. I think X amount of pounds per minute or whatever.
Yeah, something like that.
I forgot what it is, but I mean I stick a thermometer in mine.
I mean,
so.
we're all starting with the concept of an 18-pound turkey minimum, right?
Right. Yeah.
Okay.
So, and then once you do that, let it cook for an hour. Then once it cooks for an hour, then you start back basting your turkey again. And I tell you, you're gonna have the best golden brown turkey, the juiciest turkey that you have ever had in your life. And the thing about it, once you carve that turkey after you have let it rested, and you go back and you even go back for the giblets or the little the little crumbs, the little meat that's just hanging around on the dressing, it's gonna be still freaking juicy.
Yeah.
So that's my suggestion on how you should do your turkey. Definitely brine it and baste it, coat it with some butter. And then the last hour, you could cover the breast if you want. I would get some foil, maybe cover the breast. You don't want the breast all hanging out.
Right. Hate it when that happens.
It dries out. It might dry out faster, but if you cover it like the last hour, it'll make sure that the juices that's inside the breast don't go up and evaporate, but go down into the meat.
So we got the 4 B's here. We're going to brine it. We're going to butter it. We're going to baste it, and we're going to protect the breast. There's a fourth B in there somewhere.
Oh, you know what? I like that. The 3 B's: brine it, butter it, and baste it.
There you go.
Hey, I like that. So that's what you're gonna do with your turkey: brine it, butter it, and baste it, and make sure the last B you cover the breast.
Yeah. Save the tatas, ladies and gentlemen.
Yeah. So, but yeah, folks, definitely. Thanksgiving is around the corner. Make sure you spend time with your family. If you're anywhere close to your family, go see them. This is a time of the year that we should definitely come close together as a community, as human beings, and just love each other. Spread love around the world. Don't be scared. Don't be shy. And if you're out there and you see somebody that's in need, definitely help them. Invite somebody to your house. I challenge you guys, if you can, to invite somebody that's less fortunate into your home and have a good good Thanksgiving with the person or the family. And I'm telling you, you will definitely be blessed. So definitely check us out on our Facebook page. Check us out on our TikTok. Check us out on our podcast, Inside the Lunchbox, for all of them. And let us know what you think in the comments. So, yeah, you guys are awesome. Love you guys. See you next week.